Welcome to another episode of the Storm the Court podcast. I'm Zane Ellis, and I just finished watching the game between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Minnesota Timberwolves, and wow, do I have some thoughts. The Bucks, who've been on a roll lately, really needed this win, especially with the Timberwolves hot on their heels for playoff seeding. I don't want to overreact, but this was a must-win for both teams, drastically affecting their postseason positioning. Now, going into tonight's game, the Timberwolves were on a 5-game winning streak. They were feeling themselves. They were favored to win, with the Bucks looking to snatch that momentum. And the stakes? Playoff implications galore. Both teams are fighting for a better seed as we're winding down the regular season. This wasn't just another game. It felt a little like a playoff preview. In terms of the game recap, the Bucks managed to snag a surprising win against the Timberwolves, who came in like a runaway freight train. The final score, 119-117, shows how competitive it was, with the Timberwolves making a furious comeback, but ultimately falling short. A classic case of a team finding a way to win even when they're against the wall. As I watched the game, the emotions ranged from frustration to disbelief and a sprinkling of anxiety. Timberwolves fans must have been pulling their hair out as they watched their team's fourth-quarter meltdown. Really, it was textbook choking. Looking at the individual performances, Giannis Antetokounmpo had a strong night with 23 points and 13 rebounds. He really did his thing. And he had 10 assists too. Amazing to see him facilitating like that. Now, Bobby Portis with 18 points and a solid presence, especially when it came to rebounding, was a beacon of light for the Bucks. Then there was Kevin Porter Jr., who scored 21 points, showcasing just how crucial he can be to this lineup. Definitely a bright spot. But the Timberwolves? Oh boy. Anthony Edwards shot just 37% from the field for 25 points, missing critical shots in the fourth quarter. Call me crazy, but I've got to wonder what's going through his head in those tight moments. His lack of aggressiveness down the stretch was a real head-scratcher when they needed someone to take the reins. All right, my gut feeling on all this is Chris Finch's job might need to be reevaluated after this loss. The Wolves need to tighten up their offensive schemes. That fourth-quarter collapse was one of the worst I've seen, and we've all seen some terrible collapses. Remember the Clippers against the Warriors in that playoff series a few years back? This is in the same ballpark. They need to regroup or they'll end up in the play-in tournament again. In the end, this game reflected a lot more than just a win or loss. It telegraphed where each team might stand in the playoffs. The Bucks showed resilience, and while the Timberwolves clearly have the pieces, they need to start putting them together if they want to make waves in the postseason. We'll be back soon with more.